Hey guys, right, so an update on the VFR situation. Um, I've now removed the throttle body rubbers from underneath the throttle body. They came off reasonably easily. I just slackened the clamps off with a Phillips screwdriver and just got a pair of pliers and pulled them off. They seem to be in reasonable shape. Um, but I've ordered some new ones off eBay. I managed to get second-hand ones, but good condition second-hand ones for basically a tenner off eBay. I reckon it's worth spending a tenner on a new set or a good used set. While I'm at it, while I'm kind of in here, sort of thing. Excuse me. I noticed that I think there has been some ingress of air into in sort of around or through the throttle bodies because um, there's kind of dirt around some of the hang on a sec, I don't know what they're called. Let's lift this up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So these bits around here, some of them were dirtier than others. Some of them, it's like there's dirt got in, sort of around the throttle bodies. I think maybe they've not been as tight as done up as tight as they should be, or something like that. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I'm going to replace them just to be on the safe side. So what I've been doing this morning is I've just been giving everything a bit of a clean up, and as you can see, it's kind of cleaner than it was. It's not really as clean as I'd like it to be. I might do a bit more cleaning on it. Essentially, what I've done is I've cleaned up this whole kind of area inside the sides of the chassis, the top of the motor, all the kind of hoses in this area and wires and everything, and the block connectors, things like that. I've kind of wiped down to get at least the kind of surface dirt off and just trying to get it into some kind of reasonable state. I've also given the throttle body a good clean up. I mean, as much as I kind of can. What I've done is also I've kind of wire brushed everything to try and get some of the more kind of stuck on dirt off. Used a wire brush and a stiff nylon brush to do that, and then I got out my vacuum cleaner, and I basically got in about with the little kind of crevice cleaner bit and just vacuumed out all the kind of loose dirt that I'd freed up with the wire brush. And I mean, you probably can't see the difference in the video, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. I mean, it's not a work of art, but it's a lot better than it was. I mean, obviously that doesn't really affect how it runs, but it's just while I'm in there, I just like to kind of clean it up a bit, you know. So what else? Oh yeah, the wiring loom, the injector wiring loom, I've now removed from the throttle body assembly. It was quite awkward to get it out because you've got all these kind of hoses and all sorts of bits and pieces in there, which make it quite difficult to get your fingers in and get the. I'm just going to carefully put this down again. Try not to crush any hoses or anything. So yeah, so I've got the loom out. It's a bit tricky, a bit fiddly, but I managed to get it out. This is it here. This is the old loom. Obviously it's like the new loom that I've got, but it's old. There's nothing really obvious wrong with it. I wouldn't say that the connectors seem to be corroded or anything like that. It seems reasonably kind of straight, so it might not have actually been necessary to replace that. I could have possibly just got away with just leaving that, but I think just while I'm in there, I'm just going to replace it. So that's the old one out. I'm going to put the new one in at some point soon. Probably clean it up a bit more and then put the new one in. I'm trying to get all the cleaning done before I actually put any of the new stuff in, for obvious reasons, because it's better to have your new bits out of the way when you're cleaning up old stuff, because I don't want to risk damaging the new loom or whatever while I'm kind of in there with the wire brush and what have you, or getting dirt into any of the new connectors or anything like that. So I'm keeping the new loom well away from the bike just now, and the new wiring and the new injector loom. Both of those are put to one side at the moment, so they don't get dirty or damaged while I'm working on it. And I'm trying to keep my kind of whole work area tidy and stuff as well, because I don't have a lot of space to work with, so I need to kind of keep tidying as I go along, kind of thing. So that's pretty much it, really. Alright, catch you later.